Listen, I'm a little bit older than them. I don't know what's going on, what they talking about.
All right, now I understand how y'all be feeling. Damn, JC, get your fingers out of my face.
All right. This is red team. It's gonna call it
Gangland. Stop. Special guest.
the one and only.
The one and only.
That girl, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We out here
Okay.
from the stock,
10.
if you know what I'm talking about, the Bay Area.
Feel me?
But
My bill.
fuck. No. But we out here. Oh yeah, Body Armor. We ain't sponsored by Body Armor yet, so shout out to them.
Are we though? Body Armor, get on your Zoom and get to it. That's all I had to say.
Someday. Keep back. Keep moving forward. You know, talking about life and whatnot, sports and everything that's going on, and you know what's going on in life right now. But like I said, I got Gabi here, and hey, we're just gonna get into it right now.
All right.
So usually, what I ask, like, I just ask y'all, like, how y'all, or how did you like get started? Because you know, going from the track till now, you kind of finishing up at this point, but the last 2 years I got a chance to like follow you on your journey.
Right.
So where did that journey start as far as like track and field?
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people always have started out when they was like a little ass kid. But me, I was running on the concrete. Like I never thought I was gonna really do track like full time. I just always knew when I was younger, everyone would be like, "Oh my God, you're so fast, and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's cool." And then got to high school, wasn't really planning on doing track, wasn't really planning on doing any sports, to be really honest with you. I was just trying to live my life and just figure out where to go after that. But 9th grade hit, it's like March, track season has already started, people have already been training all year.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I grew up living in like what people call like a family enclave or whatever. So like my great grandparents, they came from like Louisiana, and they built like a home. I don't even know if you call it a homestead, like, cause it's city life.
My grandparents came from Louisiana too.
Yeah, it's crazy, slavery.
Yeah, slavery. Goddamn, that was dark immediately.
But like,
yeah.
Anywho, so they came, you know, start a little better life. So they bought like a big ass lot, and they built a home. My cousins built a home across the street from them, and then there's like it's like a home little environment.
Like y'all had like a community.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
That's crazy.
it's like this to this day.
Damn.
So I went to my grandma's house. My grandma's house lives right across from my uncle's house. My uncle is the coach at Franklin High School in Stockton. Shout out to them. But yeah, he was the coach at the time at Franklin High School for the track and field team, and he saw me running home one day because you know what, I don't like to walk. I like to get places fast, and if it ain't fast, I'm gonna make it fast.
Okay.
that's just how I roll.
Fast.
So
okay.
I was running home one day, and then he called me. I'm about to damn near fall because I'm running.
Yeah.
Like, why are you calling me? And he just basically tells me to come out and do track.
Mm-hmm.
So I come out the next day to do track, and at this point, I go to Weber Institute, which is a school that is almost like a career, like, get ready for like college prep school. It's not private. It's just for people to kind of prepare for college. So I went to that, and it kind of connects to Franklin High School in the sense of where it allows students to do sports. So that's kind of why I didn't do sports, just because my school didn't have like athletics.
Yeah.
So I come try out. Well, it wasn't really a tryout because they can't deny you. But I was running, and ever since then, I just been running, and they fuck with me, and I was fast.
Damn.
So shout out to my coach Joe, because he really put me on. Like, when I say these Coach Pam and Coach Joe, like, and my uncle, of course, but like they really made sure that track took me somewhere, and like they put in the extra time to make sure that I was running fast,
the right times and
exactly,
getting recruited.
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And it was more so because I was running crazy. Like I was an ugly runner. Like I was just out there running.
How did you used to run?
It was bad.
Oh my
it
God.
It was real bad.
You run like, let me tell you something. When I first came out and was recording y'all, they would be talking about, oh, you better get out the way when Gabi come. I said, okay. And when I first saw you run, I was like, oh my God. She run, her form is like perfect.
That's
and there was a
crazy.
couple of times where I was like you can watch it in the video. Like one of the first clips I ever used for the adversity stuff.
It's crazy that you say that.
It was when you ran past and I was like, whew, I was like, she moving. I said, if I was standing right there, I would have got blown away. But go ahead and finish your story.
That was really not the case because like I don't even think my form was even fixed to my freshman year, and that's I don't know if I want to blame my form being the reason why I just didn't do good my freshman year or the coaching.
Oh.
I don't want to say nothing, but like. Yeah, I forgot where I was at, but
No, you was talking about basically like your form and having like not the best form.
So honestly, I was just running. My back kick was crazy. My arms was crazy. My arms was like this, so I'm running like this. My leg stride was pretty good, but everything else was just like, damn, what the fuck? Get this bitch off the track.
Wow.
But she's kind of fast.
Okay.
So keep her on the track, maybe.
She got something. We just gotta fix these like technicalities.
She got something, but I don't know.
Okay.
That's what the vibe is.
Damn.
But I really appreciate my coaches because they really are the reason why I'm doing college track. I'm getting my school paid for and stuff. So
that's good. Shout out to Franklin. You said Franklin House?
Franklin High School.
Okay.
Shout out to Coach Joe and Coach Pam and my Uncle Ray. So
Nice. All right. I'm gonna save that.
So I'm okay.
Yeah.
With certain parts.
You outspoken. You more like, would you say you extroverted or introverted?
I say that I'm extroverted introvert because I'm very.
So the reverse, or
I feel like I can talk to somebody, but I'm not gonna ever get into talking with someone on a deeper level, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I only do so much to make people feel welcome and stuff like that, but I don't think I do like the extraness to be like, oh hey, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Like I'm not one of those.
Okay. Makes sense. But let's go into like talking about how you feel about like where, track kind of ended for you. This like the last season. Like, how was that for you?
Okay, so this last season, like we just gonna start off at fall training because fall training, I was just like, I'm gonna work hard this year. Coach Ryan always says that I didn't work hard my sophomore year in fall training, but that's not the truth because I was really working hard. It was just a transition from one coach to another to where it's now more required of you than what you were doing beforehand. But I say that I really worked hard the same amount. It was more so just me figuring out like what to do and what not to do. Yeah. But I feel like I was training so hard for the whole fall season. I was just like, okay, I think I'm going to come and I'm bust out some times. Fucking indoor rolls around. Damn, I come back from break. My fucking hamstring is hurting. I don't know. I have some ass bone. Then I get COVID. And
this is doing.
I'm going to be 100 with you.
This is 2021?
Oh, we started from the beginning?
You talking about
I'm talking about this year.
This is this past year.
This is
where all the new freshmen recruits and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, so, when I was talking about when Coach Ryan first came in, that was 2021 to 2022. But now it's like a transition. It's different. So 2023, this year, I got COVID. I was already hurting. My hamstring was already hurting a bit. And I got COVID, and I knew I was sick, and I was still like, I didn't know I was COVID sick, but I knew I just didn't feel good, and I was still running at practice, pushing through shit, thinking, lollygagging and shit, thinking shit's cute, when it really wasn't, because why the fuck is you running when you that just messes up your recovery.
Yeah, why are you running when you're like not fully 100%?
And at practice, I just thought it was just my hamstring, and I just I felt like I was gonna faint. Like I was tired. I told Coach Ernie, I was like, hey, I really don't think I can finish this workout. He was like, okay, cool, bet, it's whatever. we know your hamstring is bothering you. So, you know, I think we had a track meet that next day, and I told him that night or that morning, like, hey, I got COVID. I can't come.
Yeah.
So that track meet was done. And then I came back and we started doing other track meets, and I'm still not feeling good. Like, I'm feeling tired, my hamstring's still hurting.
Was this going into the outdoor season?
And this was coming into like indoor championships. And I was just not feeling like myself. And I was just continuing to push myself, even though I knew I didn't feel like myself. And I feel like that's my first mistake. Because I just wish I would have really just took the time to be like, hey, I really don't feel good, and just stand on that.
I need to take time. Like, that's why you was talking about redshirting.
Yeah, that's exactly why I was talking about redshirting, just because like I really didn't feel like myself. And I feel like I mentioned this to Coach Ernie and Coach Ryan a lot, but like they just kept saying, well, you're never really gonna really feel like yourself. You just gotta keep going. And I just let that get in my head, and I was just like, you know what, you're right. I think I can push through it. So they was scared that I had torn like my hamstring from my like whatever ligament. So I got an MRI, and it was just a stress reaction. But when I tell you that stress reaction hurt more than my fucking broken foot, like, and I kept saying that.
Was it actually torn, or
it was like it was basically, they were saying like it's nothing really wrong with it. It was just a stress reaction in my bone, and it's literally on my butt, and that's where like I feel like all my power really comes from like my glutes and stuff like that. So it just hurt so bad, like where when I ran, it was just like agonizing pain. Damn. So that's really why I feel like I fucking broke my foot, because I came back too fast, and I just didn't really want to believe my pain was like real. So I just kept pushing it and
kept going.
Yeah.
And it wasn't getting like, you wasn't healing, you was just kind of trying to get.
Exactly. I was trying to get through. I was just trying to make sure my times is good. Like, I really wanted to run 22. So I was not letting nothing get in my way so I can run 22. And doing all that was like, I feel like that was just a waste. Like, why did I do that? Why didn't I just sit out and just believe in my pain, just wait for myself to heal like fully, instead of just letting people tell me how my body feels. Like, that's like the dumbest mistake I feel like any athlete can make, is letting people tell them how they feel. So I think that was really why I just got even more injured throughout the season.
Okay, well, shit. That's, I can relate to that story. Like, honestly, that's just like trying to push through adversity, but it's something like innately wrong that you can't like technically fix with just trying to like get through it. You actually have to go like,
sometimes you just gotta stop.
You gotta stop and yeah.
You can't stop. Like, I don't know, I feel like growing up in certain environments, like, you just cannot stop. Like, if you stop, I feel like that's seen as weak, and I don't like being seen as weak. Like, if I fall,
trust me, you were not seen as weak.
I'm gonna get the fuck back up. You're not gonna see me cry, like, none of that. So that's just where I was coming from.
Okay, you kind of got like the mama mentality.
Exactly, and I feel like that's such a bad mentality to have. Because it's such like, it's like a black woman mentality.
Yeah, it's a
like
destructive.
It is very destructive, like, to your mind and body. So like, that's really why I feel like I just was like, you know what, this ain't for me. Long run, like, I'm just hurting myself. Like, doing track in college, I have hated it, like, since I got to college, just because it is such like a business, and it wasn't something that I really loved. It was just something that I was doing so I can get my school paid for. True. And I feel like that's just, it's not enough to do such a hard sport like track is just for money. Yeah. Like, you have to love it and have the passion for it. Coach Ryan did a good job of recruiting people who love track, and I feel like I didn't have that same motivation as a lot of the people on the team do have. Like, they wanna continue track. Like, they wanna go to Olympics. They wanna make sure they're going to nationals. And to me, I was just like, I don't really want to go to nationals because Coach let me go to nationals. Like, that's really how it was. And I was just like, I want to go to nationals because I think that's what I was supposed to do. But it wasn't never like, that was never like my long-term goal.
That's not like a dream that you had in mind.
Exactly.
Like you envisioned that. You was just kind of like, I'll go if I have to because it makes sense to go. But it's not like a thing that I've always had to or wanted.
And it wasn't even
Yeah.
something I even thought about even in high school. Like I just knew I had to get to college because I knew if I went to college, I was gonna get a good job and I was gonna make some money, and then in return, I can make sure my mom and my
Everybody's
family is
okay,
cool.
valid.
So like that was my real like mission in college, was to make sure that I'm setting myself up to have a good career, so then I can live the life that I want to live. So track was like, it was almost like that bystander on the side, like, okay, I gotta get through this so I can get to this.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. We kind of had the same kind of mentality. Like when I initially wanted to come in and do my thing as well, because like I don't know if you remember like early 2020 when like you and Sarah got recruited.
Yeah.
And I was out there trying to run with y'all for a little bit.
Oh my God. You always told me this, but
Yeah.
like I don't have like a good memory of people like
There, but it was okay. So like, and I told Sarah this too, but it was we was running up and down like not Cesar Chavez Plaza, but like right by the tower line.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember
and
that.
I had the little afro.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
and the woman came over. She was like, "Can I take pictures
Yes,
with you guys?"
I remember that.
I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, I might
my
make
phone
it."
was fucked up there.
Really?
It was.
It didn't look like it. I was like, "Damn, she coming." Oh, she looked like she.
No,
To me,
Sydney was whooping my ass, and I was just like, what the fuck?
yeah,
This bitch whooping me?
to me, it looked like y'all was like. I was like, "Damn, I better pray that this work out." But you know, at the end of the day, it was just like I was going through my own stuff during that time where I actually had a torn ligament.
That's crazy.
But I had that in high school and I didn't know. And I got injured around my sophomore year. So like fast forward to my senior year, I did football, track, full seasons, never missed like a game, never really was like, I never sat out or tried to say, hey, I know I'm like feeling pain and everything, but it's the same like, oh, you don't like to feel pain from the coach or something like that. But to their, to them, like from their perspective, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it, but I'm like, this is kind of bothering me.
Right.
But I didn't go and get it really checked out and get the MRI and whatnot.
What's wrong with us? Like, why don't we just go to the doctors?
I think like for me, it's just what it is. Like, you want to be like seen as strong and you want to have that like mentality of like, I'm going to get through it no matter what. Like Kobe, to his respect, like the Mamba mentality was him saying like, you're going to push through like, all of the adversity and overcome it no matter what. And you'll go as far as you want only by, obsessing over it. So I had like kind of like that obsession of like, I have a goal. I want to get to, this point. I actually want to run these times, run track in college and do all these things. And, it ended up being like, the world or fate is kind of pushing you in one direction. You trying to fight it. So it's kind of like this like balance or this kind of dance. So like my 2020, like right around that point, I was like, damn, shit just kind of hit the fan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to choose between if I want to do this or if I want to do that.
That's really like reality is always, it's always a fucking choice. You gotta let something go so you can be great at that one thing. And I hate that that's so true.
Yeah. You just gotta sacrifice some things.
It is a lot of sacrifice. Like, it's hard out here. It's hard out here.
It's hard out here. But you just gotta keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Right?
And like, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I always, as a sociology major, I'm always going back to just like roots of like just blackness and stuff like that, and how that's affected us and how that like.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't really want to get into this topic anyway, so I just wanted to mention it a little bit.
I know what we was talking about. What was we talking about? We was talking about oh shit.
Like you were saying how like you feel like you can't really trace back your family.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's because of like all my grandparents are technically like I saw them in their real like elder years. Like they were pretty much like done.
So
Like
for your grandparents, they were like about to.
Like my grandma, she had so my grandfather was already 73 in like 2009.
Okay.
So he was kind of like, the only time I saw him and kind of seen him was kind of like unhealthy. He had like the little respirator, the tank, because he used to smoke a lot. He, I mean, I can only imagine all the stuff that, he had to go through. He was in the military, fighting the Korean War and
That's
shit. I was like,
crazy.
damn, like he had like another family, and then had my mom and his family out here. And I just saw, it's funny because my mom tell a story of like, yeah, he would go to the hospital and they would give him the tank and everything, and he would be smoking in the hospital. Like
With
he
the
was
damn tank?
with the tank. He was gangster as hell, but
He was all like, yeah, let me smoke this shit.
yeah,
My tank right here.
yeah. And I was like, I saw him at like the end, so I was only I was a kid. I had barely started like doing sports and whatnot.
And does your mom like ever talk about her grandparents?
Oh
in
yeah,
their
all the
history?
time. Well, kinda, but it's like what I can really associate myself with is just my grandparents. As I don't really know what my great grandparents were really doing,
Okay.
but my grandma, she was cool up until like 2012, 2013. She got Alzheimer's, and like I literally saw her like just
Yeah,
like
that's
the
my great-grandmother
mental.
had Alzheimer's too.
Yeah, the mental thing was crazy. Just like seeing that she couldn't like remember like certain things, and she got to the end where it was just like, okay, like at this point, it's not really. But she passed away in her sleep and whatnot, and that was it. And like 17, so like for me, it's not easy to trace back. Like I know they came from Louisiana, but I don't know exactly how they got here and what it was like, how they set up the family and whatnot. So yeah, it's kind of a different situation.
No, that's crazy because literally I had an assignment this year where I had to trace back my family history and heritage and stuff. So I literally just learned about all this stuff this year. Like I always knew my great grandparents built the house that my grandmother has
That's
now.
crazy. That's
like
dope.
they built that shit with their hands. Like they came out here and they had a mission. They had a plan. So before that, I don't really know like any history before my great grandparents. Just because my grandma doesn't really know either. Like she just remembered coming out here at like birth or like 3 or something like that. That's what she was saying. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel like I'm still considered first generation. My brother has a degree and he's first generation. I don't know if that's first generation, right? Because we're in the same generation. Yeah. But like with all that they set up, it's crazy to think that I'm the first one to be able to be here where I am now. So I feel like all I can think about is like, damn,
what am I doing for the family? Exactly. And that goes back to like helping them out, the money situation.
Right, exactly. Like how can I make sure that I'm living their wildest dreams? Like this is something that they set this up for me so I can be here and I can be whatever I want to be. My thing is, why am I going to waste my time doing something that I don't want to do? I'm going to make sure that I'm doing something that is either impactful for me and others and that brings me joy. So I feel like my mom's always like, she's a hard worker. And I feel like I actually just had an interview with her too for one of my classes. And like, I couldn't help but just cry because like my mom has faced so many adversities in her life and she just keeps on going strong and just to hear her her story of her just being able to like work different jobs that she didn't even like enjoy just to make ends meet for us and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. So that's why I'm just like I'm trying to make sure that in everything that I do, I want to enjoy it and I want to make sure that my enjoyment can pass on to her enjoyment. So I keep telling her, you ain't gotta work so hard no more. Like we good. Like we good. Like this is our turn to like give back to you. So I just want her to like kind of almost like get out of that mom mentality and just live her life the way she wants to, because she ain't gotta worry about us no more. We all grown.
Everybody grown. Everybody helping out. Mom. That's nice.
Like it's like I feel like that's just a hard transition for her, just to get back into like figuring out who she is outside of being a mom. So that's like my biggest dream for her is just to just do things just because she can.
I'm in the same. I'm trying to like make sure that my mom is good. Like I'm pursuing a career that's a little bit more treacherous and like being able to support like family and whatnot.
Yeah, but once it hit.
Once it hit, and Lord have mercy, when it hit,
it's
gonna hit.
Everybody going up.
Everybody going up.
We're going to the strip. I'm just kidding.
No, that's crazy. But no, I'm just like, I want to make sure my mom is cool because she's gone through a lot. Even right now, we're going through some stuff in the family, so I'm like, I gotta make sure she right. Like at the end of the day, and it's not like I got like hella siblings to rely on. It's just like me and her technically to an extent. So I'm like, I gotta be there.
I gotta be the one to do it.
I gotta be like, it's one of one. Like, so, and she be like, you're my miracle child. And I'm like,
wow.
Hey,
wow.
Shit. I'm gonna try to make a miracle.
No
I don't
pressure,
know.
No pressure, Mom.
So, I'm like, damn. But yeah, I mean, strong black moms, that's what we here for.
Exactly.
Like,
they doing their thing. They've been doing their thing.
Always been doing
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Red team. No.
Red team in this gang, bitch.
We out here for the strong black moms.
No gang signs.
Don't throw no gang signs up. You still gotta support your people back home.
What?
Out here looking like Thriller.
Hey, I'm about to do the Lil Kim,
Oh no.
She hit that hoe like I feel like that's my go-to like little dance move. Just
that's Lil Kim be hitting that shit though. I saw her. I was going crazy. I was watching the BET Awards.
Cause why did she do that? What made you want to do that?
No, talk about Mary J. Blige and every time she danced. You seen her?
I try not to.
Mary J. hilarious when she be hitting the little dum dum dum.
Man, all I can do.
What are you doing, Mary?
It's Whitney Houston talking about some. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
No, that's
okay.
That's hella funny. Okay. What's next? What can I talk about? Oh yeah, I usually like ask like the athletes, anybody that I got on the podcast, like, how do you like feel, like mentally? Like, where's your mental health? Like 1 being the lowest and then 10 being the highest, as of current, about to graduate, about to move into like full like young adult life and moving on from college.
Yeah, I think I'm about at 8 right now, and that's really good because like earlier this year I was about like a 5. I was just a lot going on in my life, and just a lot with track, and I don't know, I feel like I just didn't have any like outlet of it, so yeah, I was just going through it and just going through the motions and just trying to get through each day. But now now that I'm officially a non-athlete, a little narp, I'm living my best life. Like I'm waking up whenever I want to. I'm going to places whenever I can. Like it just feels like I'm living for me now, and I'm not living just because I have to do this.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing things right now because I want to.
Yeah.
And it's not because like I have to. So I feel like that's why I'm feeling at my best right now.
Nice. I'm glad you're living your best life on 8. So we gonna keep going.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous though because now it's just like I'm getting into like the real nitty gritty of what's next after college, and I'm just hoping I get into my grad programs, and I just also because I want to have a little period of like no school and me just kind of building up my skill sets, and I continue to work with kids in a space that is beneficial to my program because I want to be a speech language pathologist, which just helps kids with like language barriers and cognitive disabilities and stuff like that for speech.
Sign language too, or just like
not so much sign language, but it's more so just like being able to help them
be more fluent.
Yeah, exactly, and use their words and kind of be able to use their tongue to create words, if that makes sense. But I want to do school-based. Like, there's all, like, different, like, environments that you can work in, but I want to do school-based specifically because I feel like my brother had, like, issues with speech when he was younger, and I didn't even know a speech language pathologist existed until a year ago, and that's so crazy to me because they're so needed. And the way that, Generation Alpha is going, we're going to need more and more speech language pathologists, all these little tablet.
Is that the generation underneath us?
Yeah, that's the tablet kids.
Damn.
The iPad kiddos.
Boy.
Yeah, like,
you know how scared I am of them?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to cap to you. This right here didn't really exist like when we were like it existed, but it was built into the
Yeah.
wall.
And
Like,
I'm hearing a lot of kids can't read.
oh
like,
Lord, have mercy.
That's what I'm like. That's what's coming on to the next generation. Just because parents are just pushing on
Technology first.
onto their kids, and they're not giving them that space to develop themselves.
Yeah.
So I got a niece. I just got a niece, and she is not. Oh, please don't have her be a iPad kiddo, because I swear to God, I'm buying her hella books.
I mean, shoot, she could use an ebook.
Hell nah. I don't want to see no
not even on the
tablet.
screen
Every
yet.
time I see a tablet, I'm gonna just throw it.
Hey.
Throw that bitch. Like, why she got a tablet? She only 2. The fuck?
I didn't have a tablet until I was like 15, like
why
16.
You got a tablet?
That's crazy.
Get a little Kindle or something.
Facts.
Like, it's getting that, but that's what I want to do. So that's my big plan, because that's the money plan right there. I ain't got no backup.
Facts.
My backup is just me working, and if I don't get into my grad programs, I'm gonna literally cry.
What you gonna cry for?
Because,
There's more opportunities. Like,
but like that's my dream right now.
you can cry a little bit and then move the hell on.
I'm
Come
not
on
gonna
now.
move on, because I feel like it's so hard as a sociology major to get into different jobs in the Bay Area, just because there's so many people with master's degrees, and so sociology, there's only so much you can do.
It's competitive, huh?
It is so competitive, and this is like, that's my main dream. Like, that's what I want to do, because I know that if I do this, I'm always gonna have a job. Like, I don't have to worry about any of the tech companies just dropping me because they don't need my role anymore.
Yeah.
So like, that's why I want to pursue this so much. And I really think, I'm not even gonna put that out there, I really think I can get into these programs because I feel like I have really good qualifications. So
Keep doing it.
I'm gonna just say that.
You got it. Hey, manifest it.
I'm manifesting, because I'm not gonna put that in the air. Like, if I don't get into the program in January, that's cool. Like, I only apply to one school for real. I'm not really tripping. But if I do get in, that's just like a blessing, because now I have opportunity to go to school
To continue
right
your
away.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
And hopefully
Like
whoever watches this is
Yeah.
praying for Gabi, and by next year or 2 years from now, you can look back on this and be like, I'm her.
Yeah, I'm living
And
my
I did
best
that shit.
dreams.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's also why, like, I had this time from track to figure out and how to set myself up to make sure that I am becoming qualified to do what I want to do. So that's why I really took the time, just because I didn't want to think about being the best version of a track athlete. I wanted to think about being the best version of
Who
me
you are,
and
yeah.
who I want to become. So
That's good.
yeah.
I'm happy for you,
Yeah,
Gabi.
thanks.
I'm gonna save it real quick.
Okay.
Nice. Capitol, like right outside the fucking White House.
Y'all was doing it big.
It's like, damn, it was freezing too when we was there, so I was glad that it wasn't when we was out there in DC. But yeah, that shit was
supposed to look
crazy.
at the camera more?
No, it's up to you. You can ignore it or look into
I
it.
feel like I'm like having a conversation with you, so I'm like looking
Yeah,
at
that's
you.
it. Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to look at it. You can completely ignore anybody that may or may not be watching, because to be honest with you, either in the future thousands of people might see this or no one might see this.
You know what? Something in me just makes me want to flip off the camera. Like, I just always just
No intrusive thoughts.
Like, those are my intrusive thoughts. Like, whenever like nothing's going on, I just.
That's gonna be
Or,
a real.
like,
That's gonna
I
be.
just want to be like, fucking bitch. Like.
Well, let's talk about a moment during the track season that I talked to you about earlier. But like, yo, when you walked over to Sarah, or Sarah walked over to you, and she was like, "What's up, guys? What's going on?" And you was like, "Nothing. Just getting ready to dust these bitches." I was like,
I said that.
I said, "Oh no, she didn't say that." Yeah, I'm about to pull it up right now. I'm about to pull it up right now.
It must have been a relay.
Yeah,
Okay,
like right
that makes
before
sense,
the
'cause
relay.
I feel like I never say that on my own event. But when it comes to the relays, I just feel like my team's gonna whoop anybody's asses.
Hey,
like, that's just how
you
I
should
feel.
feel that. That's a
Like-
competitive nature. I was like, damn, Gabi's a savage. Gabi is ridiculous for saying that.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's a crazy mic'd up moment. How dare y'all not watch that clip?
How dare you?
I'm about to watch it right now.
It's on there?
Yeah.
It's on your Instagram?
Yes.
Me saying I'm going to dust these bitches?
Y'all need to watch my stuff more.
I feel like I do.
That shit been up there
I really feel like
for
I
a long
do.
time. Like, that shit been up there since regionals.
That's crazy.
That was hilarious. Hold on, I'm about to...
I feel like I've watched Sarah's. There's no way.
Me and Eve are alternating.
Oh no. Come on, continue, please.
Don't be acting up now.
Me and Eve are alternating.
She's like, yeah.
I just want to see that one part.
Doing the regionals, like that should have been his decision.
What you mean?
Cause he made us like choose who we wanted on our relay.
All about you.
Damn. Come on, dog.
Tired. He just told me.
I just
this
wanna
is
see
the
the rest.
120. Oh,
And my phone about to
my
die.
leg is a 120, not a 100. I'm tired. All about that.
Sarah be rolling. Like I'm so excited to see Sarah run this year.
I'm gonna have to go into my camera roll. God damn it.
Yeah, you gonna have to go into that camera roll. You're gonna have to go into that camera roll.
What are we doing? We're doing handoffs.
What?
Me and Eve are
Chill. Nah, my camera roll is fine.
You tired?
Unlike
Just told me
others.
This is 120.
Y'all camera rolls be crazy, yo.
Like, can't even pull out your phone like this.
Exactly. I'd be like, damn. Is it that crazy?
To my leg right now, bro. Please. Hi guys. What y'all talking about? Track. Right. All these slow ass bitches.
She said all these slow ass bitches. I said,
And I call these bitches slow. They're
I
not
said-
anything but slow. Like they're not like they're anything but slow.
I said, she's on demon time. I didn't even know it. Like, I couldn't hear y'all. You gotta understand, when I do the mic'd ups, I like don't hear what y'all be saying. I caught Charlotte saying, oh my God, that shit was funny as
I'm
hell.
hoping that you kept that in there though. Like
I had to. That's content right there. That's,
what
hey,
can I say?
if that don't
What
get,
can I say?
Gabi said, all these slow ass bitches. I'm about to dust. Yo, you was on something for that one. That was,
Sometimes I
That was
just be
fire.
saying shit like I don't know why. I
no, you just,
do.
that's how you feel.
That's how I feel. I'm really in just my.
Did you know the
intrusive
mic was
thoughts.
there? No?
Probably. You know what? I think I did,
Yeah?
but I don't think I did it for the mic.
You just did it
I think
because?
I was just talking. Like I really just be.
No,
you know
that's
what,
my mentality for
side-eye,
real.
Like
All these slow ass bitches. Oh my God. I was like,
yeah, I'm lucky I didn't say
What?
no hoes and.
yeah. I mean, I didn't bleep it out either. I said, I'm gonna keep it.
Bleep, beep, beep, beep.
I'm gonna keep it
Fucking
too.
dolphin sounds.
Yeah, but hey, sometimes you gotta come with that mentality.
Exactly, and I feel like anybody that's not you should automatically be. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know what I was going to say.
What? Automatically feel like they better?
I don't even know if that's. I don't know. I don't even know what
Anybody
I was
that's
gonna say.
not you should.
I feel like everybody should feel like
They're
they're
not.
that bitch. That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rappers have that mentality. Like, I want to be the best rapper in the game. Like, I was just talking to Richie. He was like, I want to be the best rapper out. I was like, that's some real stuff. You should feel like you want to do that. You should
Most
feel like you want to
definitely.
be at the top. So that makes sense.
Cause I feel like I definitely get that ick. I feel like I'm a humble person, and I feel like I get that ick when I automatically just am overconfident around
Mhm.
people, or like I say, oh, I'm that bitch or whatever. Like I just get like, ew, why did you
Yeah.
have to say that? You can be that bitch without saying that you're that bitch.
Yeah.
And I don't get that way towards other people. Cause even sometimes when I do, I just have to correct myself. Like they should feel like they're that bitch.
Mhm.
Like don't get that ick around them. But I feel like I might still deal with myself. Like why are you? There's no need for that.
Hey, facts. But I was gonna say, you said what's your? It's that ick, right? Have you seen the guy that be going around be like, what's your biggest ick? Have you seen that?
What is my biggest ick? You
Oh,
know the
oh,
sassy
shit.
men era? That's an ick. I don't.
Okay, first of all, I feel like this just started. Like this has just.
And I feel like you have to like tiptoe around the subject too, low key, because there's.
What is the sassy man era, actually?
I don't know. I feel like I don't even want to talk about the subject because I don't want to say nothing that can be canceled. Cause like I feel like there's so many like ways that people can like take your words. So I don't want to say anything that is offensive to anybody. So I don't know how to talk about
to
the
word
subject.
it,
Yeah.
Okay.
More so.
It's a very.
It's not even like that. It's a touchy subject.
Mm.
It's more so that for me, I don't know
How you would phrase
how
it.
I would phrase it.
Yeah.
That is inclusive for people.
Everybody. Okay. Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm all about inclusivity.
Yeah. There's this guy at LSU. He be going around asking all these girls, "What's your biggest ick?" And I'm like, damn.
You know what? Scratch that whole like that's my ick. I'm gonna give you another ick.
What you?
I'm gonna give you another ick because that was a waste of a conversation.
The sassy
Of
man?
me just bringing up sassy man.
Okay.
What's another ick I have?
What's your ick about people? Just not even men.
I hate mean people. Like I hate people that are just rude for no reason. Because I feel like there's a way that you can talk to people, and I feel like my one thing is if I ever feel disrespected, I'm coming at you now because I feel like I try my hardest not to make sure that I'm not being disrespectful to people.
Mm.
And if you disrespectful to me, I just feel like if I wasn't disrespectful to you, now I'm going in on you.
Yeah.
And now you're a bitch. Because why did you do that? Why did you say that?
It's like keep the same energy.
Like keep that same energy because now when I say something that's out of my character, everybody want to be mad.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's an ick. Just people being mean for no reason, especially when no one's being mean to you to begin with.
Exactly.
And
There's some people that's just spiteful.
yeah, I'm just like, there's no need for that. Keep like positive energy because that's what you're gonna get back in return. I'm a huge believer in like karma and what you put out into the world, you get back. So I just try to make sure that I'm giving the energy that I want in return.
You want to receive,
Yeah.
Facts.
So.
Honestly.
But another ick. What's your icks? Because I feel like your icks are probably better than mine off the dome.
I don't know. What's my icks? I don't know. I'm not really someone who could easily be like. I try not to judge.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's a
I
good
try
trait.
not to like everybody has like their like negative traits.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to give people a chance.
That's bullshit. What's your ick?
I know. I'm trying to give people a chance, but it's like it's my biggest ick. I have an ick. I'm trying to think.
It's hard. Like off the dome is.
Oh yeah, I know what it is. I'm like loud motherfuckers. Like you just too loud.
That's so funny because like.
Stop being so
I
loud.
agree and disagree because I feel like there's a time and a place. Like I
Yeah.
love a loud person that's just vibing.
No,
doing
it's
their
cool
shit.
when
But
you in like a.
when you loud in places that you don't have to be loud in, especially when you in my ear with that bullshit. I'm just going. Why are you yelling?
Facts. Like I can't.
Why can't you talk like how I'm talking?
It,
Why can't you match the energy of the people around you? Because what the fuck?
it's like you just abrasive, like abrasive, like.
It's just that slow turn to what the fuck.
I'm not even like talking about just being loud in like a function where you should be loud is fine.
Yeah.
I'm talking about somebody who's just abrasive to the point where it's like,
Right.
you gotta chill out. Like
Right,
you're wilding. Like
do you not know how to read the room?
like read the room. Like everybody's kind of like chilling, and you up here. Nah, that ain't my shit. Nah, man, fuck all that. Like bro.
Then I'm having to be like a fucking 3-year-old kid. Like, please, you know.
It's like somebody gotta come grab you. Like, man, you chill out. Nah, no, it ain't me. What?
Nah, cause now why are you like? I don't even like to use the word aggressive, especially towards black people. But like, why are we getting aggressively loud?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
why are you so upset?
It's not even aggressive. It's just
I don't like
being
using
abrasive.
that word, though,
Yeah.
for black people.
Yeah, it's just
Especially like, cause like I feel like I don't even know how we getting into this, but like I just feel like aggressive is so misused because unless you're being physically aggressive or being the aggressor, then you're not aggressive. So.
Explain that to me one more time. Rephrase that.
Like I just feel like using the word. Damn, I don't want this to be in there now.
What,
I'm
aggressive?
gonna speak about it. But I just feel like people misuse the word aggressive so much because like black women are constantly seen as they're too aggressive, they're too masculine, and I just feel like that's not the proper word to use just because black women we're not being the aggressor in a lot of situations. Like we're usually the ones being attacked, so when we attack,
you have to be a little bit more defensive, to an extent. It's like there's different ways to like define it. It's like you have somebody who is defensive, aggressive, abrasive, like tense. Like there's different ways to break it down. Exactly. Like you just gotta find a good way to say it.
And it's so funny because that word aggressive is like hardly ever used when it comes to like white people. Yeah. And it's just like when they're literally being the aggressor. And it's just like, it's something that's not, like, we just misuse the word just because we always want to put negative connotations toward blackness. And it's so like, and I feel like a lot of the times when I say things, I always have to like make sure that I'm like, why did I use that word? Like, what have I been taught all of my life that made me just think that word is okay to continue saying? So sometimes I have to take a step back and be like, damn, that word is very like negative towards like the black community. So it's kind of being aware of which words are going to be beneficial to us and which words are just going to be like, okay, we need to start redefining this shit and make sure we're using it correctly.
Facts. Honestly, there's a lot of words that, you know, as far as the black community goes, like we need to like check ourselves like on what we're using, like, and then check other, like, it's like, I feel like social media, we've gotten to the point where like we're getting a little bit too comfortable with like other people being able to use words and then us being able to use the same. And you know where I'm going with this. It's like there's a specific word, especially, and you know, it's like that we all shouldn't be using collectively. Right. It's like it don't matter who it is. Like at this point, it's just like, damn.
That's definitely like, I feel like I've used this word more in college because I feel like I had that same point of view where I was like, nobody should really be using this word because it was rooted in so much hatred, right? Like, we can change the definition of something and use it almost as a way to like to cover it over, and it's almost like a coping mechanism, almost to like be like, hey, haha, you can't say it to me. It's not gonna hurt me no more because I use it all the time now. And it's like why should that be the case? Why can't we just stop using it? Like, and why don't we correct other people when they use it? Because it's brought in our people so much pain when it was used against us. So I know people get mad when a certain demographic of people say it, but it's cool for other people.
Yeah, and it's like,
and it's just like that shouldn't be the case because at the end of the day, they ain't got the same skin tone as me. They don't have the same reality as me. They don't have the same experience as me. So at the end of the day, nobody should be using that shit, especially someone who hasn't been harmed by that word. Yeah. So
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it
like
definitely
crazy.
is.
It's the craziest word that has ever been like. Because it wasn't created by the people that use it, but the people that use it as a way to say, hey, like, this is my person, like, we family, but in a weird way, it's not supposed to be for that. And then everybody else.
It wasn't meant for that purpose.
Exactly. And then,
so for us to give it a new purpose, it's like, okay, that's cool, but it also has to be like, can we go back and actually remember what this word is rooted from?
And it's crazy because
and how much harm it has brought to us.
Exactly. And then all the other like races are looking at us like,
oh,
that word is cool. Oh, like we want to use that. It's like, y'all the ones created it and then used it against us, then we just reappropriated it in some weird way, and then y'all now want to use it again
because we make shit cool.
Because we're cool. Like it's
like I feel like, and it's so weird because I feel like I had this conversation with other people where they feel like black culture like black people don't have a real culture, and that's so crazy
Oh
to
my
say.
God,
like
that's
I don't
crazy.
agree with that.
Who says that?
Exactly, because black culture is everything.
It is
Black culture
literally
is everywhere. Everyone
everywhere.
loves black culture, but
Yeah.
it's such a wide. Black culture has been like a part of hype culture and all these other things, elements in the U.S. and across the world that people forget that came from us.
Yeah.
Like we developed that. We made that our own. Like we was really stripped from our own culture and had to create our own.
And create like a
And
whole new
now
one.
we're not even like it's a thin line between like appropriation and appreciation. So like I feel like in a world where we don't want like any racism, we have to be able to we have to realize the history we've come from before we can move forward. And I feel like appreciation, we can't just jump straight into appreciation without like that remembrance of where it comes from and stuff like that. So I feel like that's the like thin line between it all.
Hey, and honestly, like it's like black people, we live in that thin line or on that thin line every day,
treading on it, just jumping on that bitch like.
And then it's like that's a gray area too. Like we all live in the gray area of like what is right and what is wrong. How are we supposed to define like within a culture that was taken from another culture?
And we're even arguing with ourselves about it, like braids. Like people say, oh, you shouldn't be wearing braids, and there's other people saying, well, I don't care if she wears braids. And it's just things like that. It's just like we're all like we're not in like.
We're not on the same page.
We're not on the same page.
Everybody on different frequencies.
Everyone's on different frequencies, just rolling, just taking the punches, and just living that life. And I feel like everyone wants to live equally and live together in a world that's diverse. But like we gotta start somewhere. We gotta make sure that people are understanding like the roots of things before we can just jump straight in. Like and just forget.
Yeah, they have the saying. I forgot what the saying is. Let's see. It's like history repeats itself if you don't remember, the past, like the history that came before. Like we gotta make sure that we're like on it. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second.